Hello, it's been a while since I've made a video. I've not really wanted to make many videos recently. Let me get my phone. Can you see this without me giving away my location? Can you see this? I know some people probably live in hotter climates than that, but I would argue that those people do not live in London. And if you do live in London, you know that our heat is built different. So whilst I haven't really been in the mood for making very long videos, I did end up going to the cinema and sitting in a nice air-conditioned room and watch the remake of How to Train Your Dragon. Now, live-action remakes of beloved animated films. I would argue that 9 times out of 10, I've not enjoyed them. I think a lot of them don't look that great. I think a lot of them outright don't really respect the original in its style, function. Generally, I just put a blanket term of avoid. If there's something else at the cinema, give your money to something else. Do you really need to see another iteration of a film that you already own, that you've already seen 25,000 times? I don't think so. I think you could probably see something else. Look, we're in a mass saturation of remakes, and it's not just remakes of animated films. A lot of them do just belong to one studio. An unnamed studio. They rhyme with Disney. So going into How to Train Your Dragon, I was surprisingly optimistic. I don't know if that's really the right word because I'm never really optimistic about these things. To give the benefit of the doubt, it's DreamWorks' first animated to live action film. Fresh slate, right? They have an opportunity to do something really, really good here. Obviously, I wasn't really excited about it when it was first announced, but the buzz was really good. They have one of the original directors on board. All the signs are looking good. So the question is it good? Okay, something to state outright. I did not find this film bad. There is something here, and I will say this now. It is probably, of the ones I've seen, the best animated to live action remake. I think Dean DeBlois coming back for this one probably helped it quite a bit. Because, and simply put, they were there at the beginning. They know the things that work. The first thing that jumped out to me is that the CGI, even though I've heard a few complaints, isn't bad. Especially in a lot of the flying sequences, you can feel that there's a lot of effort to make it feel grand and epic. A lot of these sequences feel exciting, they feel exhilarating and entertaining. I will also give a major shout out to Gerard Butler. If you didn't know, Butler voiced the original Stoic, and seeing him come back into this role and completely nailing it again is just fantastic. He really embodies him outside of the sound booth as well. You know, his mannerisms are all there. It's just a really, really great thing to see. And, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Of course, they couldn't really get all of the adults who voiced the adolescents in the original film in 2010 back for this one. And I can't really say that the director knew how to translate those original characters that well, particularly Astrid and Hiccup, because they feel off. A lot of the mannerisms and the characterizations aren't translated over well or at all. A lot of it could just be summed up in what I said mere moments ago. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I can't say that there was any element in here that was improved upon in this live action remake. I go back to the same question that I always ask when going into these projects. So what? What gives you the right? I think, to conclude, the answer's always the same. It's to sell a theme park. It's to sell something new. It's to repackage it for a new generation. Some people might see that as something quite sweet, something quite wholesome. Personally, I don't. I think if we're going to put our money and our effort anywhere, I would like it to be in something firmly original. Not to say that that isn't being done. I don't think that, and it's certainly not this film, I don't think that this film stands in the way so adamantly. But again, I just don't see the purpose or the point in making a film that's not bad, but I would say 30 to 40% not as good as the original film. I just don't enjoy seeing this happen to films that don't need it, because it's not as good. It's been made actively worse. Again, not bad, just half as good. I also don't think it's long enough to warrant a remake on this film. It came out 15 years ago. I anticipated there being at least 20 years between the original and this remake, but no, it was 2010. So, should you see How to Train Your Dragon? I would say maybe? Like, are you really desperate to see it? In which case, yeah. If you're really curious and you're weighing it up between this and Lilo and Stitch, which, to be fair, I haven't seen, I can tell you with 90% confidence that this is the film you are going to want to give your money to. However, I would just suggest to think about anything else that's coming out. I really don't think you're going to have a bad time with this. Certainly don't let any of the hype cloud your judgment. And certainly don't think it's going to be as good as the original. So that's it. That's another quick review from me. If you liked this, please give it a like. Please subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next video.